Hey guys, Flogal FTK here. I'm just going to be doing a deck profile video on my Nociel Angel Feather G deck. So starting with the starting Vanguard, the first Vanguard, is Black Candle Azrael. Really, for any G-based Angel Feather deck, it is just the best choice. It's just, it's a plus, basically. You know, you lose the booster, but due to the nature of the deck being using the damage zone as a toolbox, it's just the best choice. Moving on to grade 3s. Playing 4 Black Shiver Gavrail. It's our Stride Breaker. Really good. Obviously, when she's strode upon, strode upon, counterblast 1, check the top 3 cards of your deck, put 1 into your damage zone, and then call a face-up card from your damage zone to a rear guard and give it plus 2000 power. So again, this sets up for the plays involving the damage zone. You can call out obviously units and the ones that are boosted by the damage change swaps, which we'll go over when we come to them. It just means you can do this, get them out, and then when you stride, if you're doing anything with the stride ability that involves damage changes that are the on stride of the G unit, then the units called will benefit from that effect. The other grade 3, only playing 2 now, gone through a lot of changes, is Love Sniper Nociel. This is the grade 3 we got from the Winter Fight collection. Really good skill. On ride, put a card from your hand into the damage zone to your hand, sort of that generic Nociel skill, but it's on ride of the grade 3. Pretty good. Obviously you can set up ride, put something in, call a grade 3 out, back to your hand, then stride, because this skill happens on ride. So that's pretty decent if you can't stride, to just be able to set that up and allow yourself to stride. And the other ability is when a unit with Nociel in its card name is put into your damage zone, you can counterblast 1, add the Nociel unit to your hand, and put the top card of your deck face up if the Nociel unit was face up. So you plus off her. Again, same with the Azrael, you plus based upon the top card of your deck, you know, you not having access to your drive check. So just, you plus off that. For grade 3s, no, they were grade 3s. For grade 2s, playing 3 Love Sniper Nociel. Really cool art. So I really like this art, and it's got the old school double hollow, which is always nice. But the skill, when it's called to rearguard circle, put a card from your hand to the damage zone, and then a card from your damage zone into your hand. Again, that generic Nociel skill. Same premise with the grade 3 really. You can set up what you need. It gives pluses to things that plus off of damage zone changes. And yeah, just really good. And obviously it works hand in hand with Love Sniper and the stride, which we'll get onto in a moment. Next, what a lot myself and a lot of people consider to be one of the strongest grade 2s in the game at the moment. Definitely, if not one of the strongest Angel Feather grade 2s, is Nurse Broken Heart. Incredible skill when a card is put into Angel Feather. When your card is put into damage zone, your Vanguard and this unit get plus 2000, and of course this ability stacks. It's just an incredible ability. You can just make huge numbers with this. It's just an incredible unit. There's not really much more to say about that really. Just with the strides and the Nociel engine incorporated, it makes some really good plays, and obviously it works during your opponent's turn as well as yours. So that means defensively it's incredible as well. You take a damage, she becomes 11, your Vanguard gets plus 2. Just good stuff, and it stacks with obviously the Gavrail GB2. So you take a damage, suddenly your whole front row is plus, well, this your Vanguard and your Nurse Broken Heart are at plus 4, which makes guarding a hell of a lot easier. Next, the rest of the grade 2s are a bit tentative. I've been doing a lot of testing, but I'm playing 2 Million Ray Pegasus. Same skill as Nurse Broken Heart, except this doesn't boost the Vanguard, and this is unrestricted by GB. So there's a lot of What is that one there? There's a lot of different builds I've seen played involving this card, and whether you play this or Broken Heart or both. I'm going with the idea that Broken Heart is one of the best units in the game in my opinion, so I want to play her, and it's almost like this is like playing another 2 copies of it, except it's not quite as good, but it's just, you know, by herself, by itself, it's still really good, so that's logic there. And then I'm playing 3 Black Slice Hurret. This is our Amber clone. When it's boosted, can blast 1, check top 2 I believe it is. Yeah, look 2 cards from top of your deck, put 1 into your damage zone and then call it out. So again, setting up, I originally was only playing 2, but I'm still sort of not entirely sure how many of this I want to play, but I kind of like it at 3. She just can set stuff up, she can make additional attacks, but yeah, 3 is good for now. I don't play the pony that you heal with, just personal preference. I don't like the risk, that may change, but for now this is what I'm quite happy with. So this is 2 of the grade 1 Nociel, which is Battle Cupid Nociel, and just again, really good. It has that generic Nociel ability, and if you damage it while you've got your Nociel grade 3, can blast 1 out of your hand, and then obviously anything else that's going to go off will go off there as well. And again, works with using your hand, using your damage zone as a second hand. Next, playing 4 Perfect Guards. These are normal Perfect Guards, they're celestial ones rather than the G Perfect Guards. The reasoning behind this is the deck does a lot of its own unflipping through the abilities of, you know, putting in and calling out, and then into the damage zone, and calling something out to the damage zone to your hand or to the field. So a lot of that does unflipping in itself. And of course we've got the Stride that unflips 5, so the PGGs, they're not necessary, and also the fact is they can only guard the Vanguard, whereas more than once you're going to be using this to guard Nurse of Broken Heart, just to, you know, make sure you've got plays for next turn. So, normal PGs, not PGG. Okay, then 4 of the grade 1 Pegasus, 1000 Ray. Same effect as Million Ray, obviously this is a booster, so you can create absolutely huge columns with this and either Nurse or Million Ray, just crazy numbers. Now for the last 3 grade 3, playing Black Hole Nakia. Obviously the Stride from, you stride with her, just card Stride, or if you obviously can deck, then Gavrail is what you want late game, so it can be good to search her out for that GB2. Triggers. Okay, again this is a bit tentative, not 100% sure if this is exactly what I want to run, but it's what I'm running for now. Okay, so that is 6 criticals. 7 critical triggers. When you're swinging for these huge numbers, just, you know, getting that stand is just, getting that crit can just put so much pressure on. I mean, you know, impossibly large columns, you know, talking about columns that are 45 plus, and having multiple of those columns just crits out a hell of a lot of pressure. Obviously, it's a critical trigger, it's going to. But then I also play stand triggers, because obviously Dr. Refros is amazing. Again, I said it in my blog post, I'll say it again to anyone who will listen, this is one of the best triggers in the game. Just the recycling of triggers that you can put back in your deck, including himself, you know, with this one card you can put 3 triggers back in your deck potentially. You're giving, every time you use this, you're giving your 1000 Ray, your Gavrail GB2, your 1000 Ray Pegasus, your Million Ray Pegasus. All of these cards are getting an extra 4000 power every time you use this, and you get the draw as well, so you might draw it again. It's not uncommon to use this guy like the same one almost like 2 or 3 times in a turn, and give, you know, all your units like another 12,000 power. He's just so unbelievably strong. I've seen people play 3, which is obviously an option, but I just think it's so good. And I do actually play the 5th stand, which is the Happy Bell Nociel. Again, just going with that idea that you're making huge columns. It's nice having more than 4 stands. It's just kind of nice just to have a bit more consistency with those stand triggers. Even considering dropping one of the crits and playing double Happy Bell. And also, it's obviously a Nociel unit, so it works with the Grey 3 and the Stride unit that require Nociel. So you can either plus or just make columns with it. And the skill is put it into the slow and do a swap as well. So again, it's just working with that idea of using the damage zone as a toolbox. It's not so much the pure Gavrail build that would play, you know, either Break Ride, Nociel Vanguard, or some people play Calamity. This is more about using those Nociel skills to make, get those, not only make the big numbers, but also have the idea of a toolbox. And then, of course, the best heal in the game. The great thing about this deck, it has a lot, in my opinion, that is the best of its kind in the game. I mean, this just shuffling in your heal. Obviously, it's the exact same as the OTT Sphere Magus, or the Magus heal that goes back in. But it's just so nice, it just goes back in, especially when you've got a Stride unit that can straight up heal. You know, it's not unlikely for you to heal like 5 or 6 times in one game, just because it's one card. Okay, so on to the Stride units. Playing 2 Raphael. I've been criticised for this. Friendly criticism, of course. But the other Angel Feather player at my locals, who's been playing them for quite a while, I consider him one of the best Angel Feather players, he says you should never play only 2 of this. You want to be able to get that heal twice. And yeah, you know what, that is true. It is an incredibly strong ability. You know, late game it just reduces a lot of pressure on yourself, or even early game if you've got a head, it makes, you know, it's just great. There's never a bad time really where you can heal, and it's just, it's free, you know, just unflip heal. It's so strong. But I'm also playing 2 of the Holy Seraph Nociel, which is the Stride unit we got from the Fights Collection, Winter Fights Collection. So it's just, its skill is very reminiscent of the original Mestron, whereby you put 2 units into the damage zone and you put 2 out. So the general column you'd want to do with this is have a column with Broken Heart and 1000 Ray on one side, and the other side, it doesn't matter too much, just a column, you know, hitting 16 if you can, but if not, doesn't really matter. Swing with that smaller column first, swing with Vanguard, get any triggers you want, just chuck them on Nerf's Broken Heart and 1000 Ray column. Put the 2 rested units in, call 2 out, not only do you get an extra attack, but your 1000 Ray and Nurse column is much bigger as well. So it is a good card. It's not it's not like a reason to play the Nociel stuff. It's almost like an option you have by playing the Nociel stuff, like the toolbox side of them. And of course we have 2 Holy Seraph Raziel. I'm very surprised this was a rare. I mean, if it weren't for the fact that the triple R could just straight up heal, this guy would be a definite contender for it, because it's so strong. So say you're on 5 damage, you've got 4 flipped face down, Stride, suddenly all your damage is refreshed. Admittedly, you're putting, there's so many benefits you can reap from this card. I mean, unflipping all the damage you've got face down for a start. Shuffling back any triggers you've got in your damage zone as well. You put them back, but you know you have a chance to not put triggers back. So I didn't explain what the skill does. When you stride him, Soul Blast 2, return all cards from your damage zone to your deck, and put as many cards as you return to your deck into your damage zone. So of course you're on 5 damage, you put 5 back out, 1000 Ray, Million Ray, and that's a Broken Heart, all getting plus 10,000 off this one skill. And obviously it combos really well with Gavrail, because you stride him on top of Gavrail, you can do Counter Blast, and if you don't have your nurse a broken heart or anything on the field, call her out, so then she'll get the plus for this, because obviously this skill, the limitation of this skill is it activates when he's put on the Vanguard circle, so it's not like you can play him, call something out that will get benefit from the damage changes, and then use the skill. It just doesn't work like that. You have to have them on the field already. And the other two are, one is Uriel, just Jarek on hit skill, check 3, call one out essentially, put one in damage zone, call one out from damage zone, and then Blizzard. It's a final card. Blizzard is an interesting card, very strong. Some people don't like to play this, like the other Angel Feather player at my locals doesn't like to play this, but I of the opinion that striding him first, you know, is big. They may not guard. There's a chance they're not going to guard it. They don't want to give up too much too early. You can even just flip up one of the either Raziel or Nociel, something you know you're unlikely to use twice in a game, and then obviously next turn, from then on, you have access to Raphael, which is just a free heal. I mean, you're only playing 2 in this build, but that's to make room for the Seraph Nociel stuff. Yeah, so that's my deck. I've done a lot of playtesting with this deck, online and in real life. I've gone through a lot of builds. In my opinion, a deck that's purely around Gavrail, like the Break Ride Gavrail, is very strong, and you know that would then play for Raphael. Potentially, is still the better build. But this is a really fun build because you obviously get to play with all the Nociel stuff, and they look really cool as well. So it's a more fun deck really than the Gavrail one, but it's still strong, still does well. It's a hell of a lot of fun. Thank you for watching.